This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for July 5, 2023. And in the news this evening, Westmoreland MP says he will not be pursuing charges over threats. Member of Parliament for Westmoreland Western, Morland Wilson, says he will not be pursuing further a report he made to the police of threats made against him recently by members from his constituency. Wilson said initially the threat was taken seriously and a report was made to the police. I have been speaking with residents from last evening into this morning from the community, and they continue to assure me, as they say in Jamaica, it is just mouth talk. On that basis, I won't be proceeding with any charges towards the 3 individuals who were identified, Wilson told the news a short while ago. Earlier, the news reported that the police had taken into custody 2 of 3 men in relation to what they say are serious threats being made, and that charges will be laid against the men sometime during the day. The threat was reportedly made against the MP during a boisterous protest by residents within the community of Retreat who were upset about the lack of water in the area for the past 3 weeks. One of the men was picked up at a school on Tuesday, while the other was picked up along the roadway on Wednesday morning. A third man is being sought by the police in connection with the case. We wanted to take it seriously because it is a case of threat that happened on Saturday and some continuations thereafter. So the police have to deal with it in a very serious way, and that is what we are about, assured the officer in charge of operation for the Westmoreland Police Division, Deputy Superintendent of Police Adrian Hamilton. Wilson, in pointing to the dangers of representational politics, gave some insight into the threat made against him. There are individuals there who would have made a threat to life, threat to personal safety, threat to me being the MP maneuvering the space, that is saying you cannot come back at Retreat, and all of that kind of things, relayed Wilson. While sources have suggested that politics is behind what is happening in the constituency, the police are of the view that Tuesday's protest had nothing to do with the lack of water. Wilson agrees with the police's assessment. He said illegal conduct is at the heart of the problem. There are several other things happening, and the persons would have been thinking that it is related to the incident on Saturday, and it is not. I have heard of robberies taking place, and the police are currently investigating it. I have heard of persons being intimidated, and this is all part of the lawlessness which ensues, stated Wilson, adding those absolutely have no relation to the incident on Saturday. Farmer allegedly breaks into shop, attacks man with machete in St. Elizabeth. A farmer was charged after he reportedly broke into a shop and attacked another man with a machete before escaping with over $16,000 worth of goods in Warminster, St. Elizabeth on May 24. Charged with shop breaking and larceny, assault at the common law, and unlawful wounding is 40-year-old Extol Grady, otherwise called Ranger. Reports from the St. Elizabeth police are that a woman securely locked her shop and left. She received a call about 4 a.m. that her shop was being broken into. She reportedly went to the location, accompanied by a man, when they were attacked by Grady, who was armed with a machete. A struggle ensued during which the man was injured. Grady was also injured but managed to escape with a bag containing $16,000 worth of groceries and items of clothing. Following intense investigations, Grady was arrested at his home on Tuesday, July 4, and subsequently charged. Fire leaves the Trelawny family homeless. A family of 9 is now homeless after a fire destroyed a 4-bedroom dwelling on Newton Street in Falmouth, Trelawny on Wednesday morning. Jeffrey Scott, who lived at the house, said the fire started about 5 a.m. when his 7-year-old autistic son lit a mattress in a room. I was outside when I heard my sister shouting, "Fire, fire!" We called the fire station but got no answer. When a fire truck from Ironshore arrived, the building was completely destroyed, a distraught Scott told the news. Deputy Superintendent at the Falmouth Fire Station, Roland Blissett, confirmed that help to put out the fire came from Ironshore in neighboring St. James. We are having mechanical problems with our unit. Arrangements are in place for ensure to respond in case of fire within Trelawny, informed Blissett. Local government Desmond McKenzie had promised the fire station would be built in Ulster Spring, which is 25 miles from Falmouth. However, the facility is yet to be constructed. Portland's most wanted sentenced to 18 years for murder of common-law wife. Elroy Griffiths, who was once Portland's most wanted man, was sentenced on Tuesday to 18 years in prison at hard labor for the 2019 murder of his common-law wife Maureen Johnson. Griffiths, otherwise called Greg, went on the run on August 20, 2019 after he slashed Johnson's throat and stabbed her in the stomach before setting their house in Buff Bay, Portland, ablaze. After committing the crime, the accused left the house and threw the knife in the direction of the neighbor's house. The fire department was called to the scene of the fire, and the 50-year-old Johnson's body was found on the veranda completely burnt. On Tuesday, January 18, 2022, at approximately 5 a.m., a joint police military team carried out a raid in the Kenwood area of Portland in search of Griffiths. After being captured, Griffiths, while in police custody, gave a caution statement where he admitted to Johnson's murder and arson. "Officer, me can say something to you? I'm a Portland most wanted Elroy Griffiths. I did kill the woman and set the house afire above Bay, officer," he said. After giving the caution statement, Griffiths was formally charged with murder and arson on January 18, 2022. On June 21, 2023, Griffiths appeared before the Portland Circuit Court and pleaded guilty to the offense of murder of Maureen Johnson. He was sentenced to 18 years in prison hard labor with eligibility for parole after 12 years. No evidence was offered on the arson charge. Teacher accused of smuggling contraband into Black River lockup granted bail. One of two women who were charged by the Black River police for attempting to smuggle contraband into the lockup was on Tuesday offered bail at their first appearance in the St. Elizabeth Parish Court in Santa Cruz. Maudlin Nelson Forrester, a 52-year-old teacher, was granted bail in the sum of $250,000 with her surety. She is to report to the police weekly and to surrender her travel documents. In court Tuesday, Mrs. Forrester denied knowledge of the contraband, saying she was given a package to give someone in custody. Mrs. Forrester is scheduled to return to court on September 7. The case filed for 41-year-old shopkeeper Tracy Campbell of Riversdale in St. Catherine was not brought, resulting in her case being set back to be heard Wednesday, pending an appearance by an attorney. It was reported that the women went to the Black River police station on July 1 with containers of food for detainees. Investigators say a detailed search of the containers was carried out, during which a cellular phone, cigarettes, tobacco, ganja, lighter, and 3-inch concrete nails were found hidden among the food. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.